Right, welcome. I'm glad you found my channel here. Just recently created this channel. It's mainly going to be, the plan anyway, is for it to mainly be about me playing, tons of different games and giving some tips and tricks and strategies, that sort of thing, and kind of walking people through as I play through a game. Today, we're going to check out the Star Wars game, Galaxy of Heroes. It's kind of a turn-based strategy fighting game. You collect different characters through getting shards for them, and different characters take different amounts, things like that. I've been playing it for a while. As you can see, I'm level 78, almost to max level, which is 80. Some cool things happen once you get to level 80, so that's something to look forward to. This game has been really fun. It's got a lot of different things for you to do, so you don't really ever get bored. You have normal battles, which is here you're seeing in the front with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker facing off there with the other guys. There are multiple stages to that, and they increase in difficulty as you go. I still haven't completed them all, even at this level, so if that tells you how difficult they can get. There's a hard version of each level in that mode as well, and those give out shards for the characters. Like I was saying before, you collect so many shards, you can get different characters. And it's not dependent on the rarity or the goodness of the character, I guess you could say, that determines how many shards you have to get to actually get the character. It's more dependent on how many stars they will have. Let me show you what I mean by stars. You can see I have a few that are maxed out at 7 stars. Takes quite a while to get a character to that point. That's why I only have 2 so far. But say you go down here, you see some with 4 and 3 and 2. You can get characters with 1 star, like this guy here. This First Order TIE Pilot only has 1 star. He can have up to 7. All characters can have up to 7 stars, and it basically just improves all their stats, gives them more life, more strength, they do more damage, that sort of stuff. They get turns faster and that kind of thing. So you do that by collecting shards, and when you collect enough, you can promote them. It's called promotion. You promote them to the next highest star level. I think it's something like 25 for 1 star, something like that, or 25 for 2 stars maybe, and then 30 shards to get 3 stars, 50 for 4, it's something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I know for sure that once you get to 5 stars, to get to 5 stars you have to accumulate 65 shards. To get to 6 stars you have to accumulate 85, and to get the max 7 stars you have to accumulate 100 shards. Like I said, that takes quite a while. Shards can be hard to come by, especially for certain characters. So you always want to be on the lookout, especially for characters you like or that work well with your setup. You definitely want to get them promoted as highly as possible. I mean, it just improves the character all around. pretty much improves every stat that they have, so it's definitely worth putting the time in for. Then you also have these Cantina Battles. You use the same characters for it, but this is different. Uses a different set of energy than your normal fights that I showed you a moment ago. You can see there's an orange lightning bolt there, and that stands for the Cantina energy. These are basically just random battles with characters that you normally wouldn't see together. Well, you can see here it says, strategically assemble your squad to earn rewards against unlikely enemies. So they'll kind of mosh together, you know, good guys and bad guys, and just different types of characters you wouldn't see together. And it makes it more difficult on you because, you know, they can really work well together sometimes. So anyway, you have a different set of energy for that. You collect these tokens called Cantina credits, and they let you go to the shipment store for Cantina Battles, and there are many characters on here that you can collect shards for. You collect them 5 at a time, but you have to have 400 of the Cantina credits to do that. Takes a little while to build up to 400, so definitely when you're going to spend those tokens, I would spend them wisely. Spend it on a character that you know you're going to keep around for a while. And then here in the normal battles, you can see it's a yellow lightning bolt. It's a different set of energy, so each battle takes up so much. You probably know the drill by now. It's like that in just about any game anymore. From the App Store, you have a set amount of energy, and once you use that up, you have to pay premium currency to get it refilled, or wait a certain period of time, and it will refill on its own. So same deal here. There's also the squad arena. This is where you play against other players, other actual players. You can see here it shows their power level, so you kind of compare it to your own and try to make the best choice about who to attack and try to give yourself the best chance possible to win. We'll go ahead and watch a battle here, and I can talk you through it. I'll take on this guy, Anthony Trinor. His power level's 28,700. You can see up at the top left, my power is 26,665, so he's a little more powerful than me, but usually I can take opponents up to about roughly 30,000. Once they get beyond that, I have a really hard time. But normally I can take out people a little bit above my power level. So hopefully I don't say that and then get destroyed here. We'll see. Hopefully it'll work out okay. So you can see there's a lot going on here. There's red and green icons above the characters. What that is, click on this one here. Different icons mean different things. You can see there that gives plus 50% defense, and that's the green shield. Anything that's green is a buff for the characters. Anything red is a debuff. So, you know, I want to see more red things on my enemies, and I want to see more green things on my team. And, you know, different characters have different buffs and debuffs that they can do, so that all plays into your strategy of who's my best team, what am I going to do, you know, that sort of thing. Everybody has their own skill set, their own moves that they do, you know. As you saw a second ago, Chewbacca has a special ability that he can force you to attack him. It's something that characters with a lot of life do. They call them tanks. And it kind of prevents you from attacking some of the players that you would rather take out first, that are going to be the biggest threat. So you have a lot of strategy playing into these battles. It's way too much for me to get into one video. This is just kind of an intro. So, we'll finish this battle out. I believe I've got it in the bag. We'll see. They can turn around on you sometimes. You never know what's going to happen. You know, sometimes these characters can dodge multiple attacks in a row, and it cripples your strategy, because every time they dodge something, that's just a completely wasted attack. So if they dodge enough times in a row, it can really turn the battle around. You know, because as you can see down here in the bottom right, every time you use a special ability, like you see how there's a number 1 over that icon for Qui-Gon Jinn, down in the bottom right there, that means he needs to play one more turn before that will be cooled down and he can use that ability again. He has another ability here, and if we get another turn with him, I'll show you that now it is on cooldown. You can see here that she also has a couple of cooldowns going on right now. So that all, again, plays into the strategy. Victory! But that all plays into the strategy. It's a very complex game, especially when it comes to the battles. I mean, choosing the best squad, choosing the best opponent for that squad, those sorts of things are really important, and there's a lot of strategy to it. So the more you can strategize, the better. But it's not 100% necessary to do well, but it really helps you to accelerate your growth if you take into account as many factors as possible, because it is a strategy game at the end of the day. So the more you can strategize, the better, obviously. So there's another thing you can do on here called Galactic War. You can see I've already come about halfway through. It has a total of 12 nodes, just a repeating cycle of 3 nodes at a time. You win the first battle, you get a silver crate, then you win the second battle, you get a gold crate, and you win the third battle, you get the purple looking crate. And each one has better prizes. You get those green crystal looking gems from different crates, and you let those accumulate, and you can buy characters from that store, similar to the Cantina that I showed you before. You can see I've already used the gems on 2 characters, and you can see they're kind of blacked out now. You can't do anything with them until this 39-minute timer counts down. It periodically just keeps repeating through the day. That way people can't just keep buying. It kind of keeps you to where you have to go at a steady pace, makes it take a little longer, that sort of thing. So these increase in difficulty as you go. It gets extremely difficult toward the end. I believe this part of the game, it's like tailor-made to your specific level and power levels of your characters. So whatever point you're at, this should provide the same level of challenge to any player, theoretically. So that's pretty cool. It's fun to do. You can only do a run through the Galactic War once a day. So you can see it doesn't reset for 12 and a half more hours. So I have plenty of time to finish that. which brings me to another point. You can see the activities button down there. You bring that up, and it gives you a set of daily activities that it wants you to complete. That's another really important factor for this game. Anytime that you can possibly do it, you want to complete those daily activities. With the latest updates, it doesn't take nearly as long to do because you can use simulation tickets, which basically simulate the battle and give you a 3-star victory, just so you can get to the rewards quicker and not have to go completely through a fight to do that. It saves a lot of time. So you always want to keep some tickets handy for that, for sure. And a couple of your daily quests will give you those tickets. See here, if you train any character at all, you can get these sim tickets. You'll get 25 of them, so that's a decent amount. Another thing that gives you one is this upgrade a mod. So those are two that you definitely want to try to do every day just to build up the tickets. You also get the premium currency called crystals. You get different amounts for different tasks that you do. And those basically, what I mostly use them for is refilling my energy. They're pretty easy to come by, really, if you do all your daily quests and things. You can see I have 300 right now. You can go look at the data cards here and see for 350 you could get a chromium data card, which has a fairly good chance of getting you some character shards. So it's if you prefer and just don't mind waiting to build your energy back up, you could spend your gems on the cards. These other two are just discounted for buying multiple cards at once. But there are different things. Then you have these bronzium data cards, and you get those. I believe you get 5 free ones each day, so you always want to check back there. It'll like have a little exclamation point by it when you can, or like a red dot or something, I believe, to let you know that you're able to buy some of those bronzium cards. You get them from these ally points, and you get those anytime that you're pretty much in a battle. When you do certain battles, it'll let you choose from your friends list, which I'll talk about that in a later video, but when you have friends in your list, it'll let you choose their leader, and they have a certain ability or a certain, buff that they'll give to your team. So you can choose that, according to, again, the strategy, which is a strategy game, of course. Then you also have these daily challenges, and these are, different things. There are training droids, which are used to train your character, because the characters have stars that give them more power the more stars you have, but they also have their own individual levels. So you train them up to gain levels, and that pretty much boosts all of their stats as well, similar to the way the stars work. And then, of course, gold. You always need that. These are ability materials here. We can talk about that more in a later video, but basically that allows you to train the specific abilities of your characters. So if you have enough of them, you can, beef up your character's abilities and make them just that much more powerful. But to get into all the details of that would be way too in-depth for this introduction. Then there are also these gear-specific challenges. There's agility gear, intelligence gear, and strength gear. On Sundays, they have all of these out together, like they do now. And then each day of the week, they'll have one of these 3 here. Either the training droids, the the gold or the ability materials, and they'll have one of those with one of these gear challenges. So they'll have one gear challenge and one challenge out of these three. So there'll be 2 challenges every day on a normal day, and then Sunday they have them all. I'm just going through here. I always try to use these because you get some pretty good gear, and when you get up to these higher levels, like, collecting gear becomes one of the major things that you're doing all the time, because there's so much really rare gear that you have to get to do anything for your characters. And gear is a whole nother set of things that I could talk about in another video, but I'll give you a little quick introduction to that too. So, in addition to your character's level and star number, you also have gear that they can equip, and you can see here it says gear level 8, and I'm working towards gear level 9. And what that means is you start out, when you first get a new character, they start out at gear level 1. All characters start out at gear level 1 without any gear. It doesn't change the way the character looks or anything like that. It just changes their stats, similar to the way it would if you leveled them up or promoted them to a higher star level. But you can see here, this takes quite a bit of materials. You may not really understand this yet, but I'll get into that in a later video. But basically, you have to collect 20 of those, 50 of those, 50 of these, and then, have a certain amount of money. And once you get all of that, you see there's a level requirement of 73, so we'll have to get her to 73 before we could even equip that. So there's always level requirements on things like that as well. That's just kind of a brief overview. It's a lot more to it than that, obviously, but another thing that uses your Cantina energy are these, and they're relatively new. They added these in a couple of updates ago. They had a big update that changed a lot of things and improved a lot of things, in my opinion. Made the game a little more fun and easy to play, and more time efficient too. But the mods are yet another way to augment and improve your characters, and different mods do different things. You can see here, this has several different stats that it works on. So it'll give a boost, a percentage boost to some one of these stats, and it'll gain secondary stats as you level it up. Yes, you can level those up as well. They can go to level 15, and it just costs gold to do that. So you just keep leveling it up, and then you eventually get it to level 15 and it's maxed out, and all of its statistics are maxed out. It's got all of its secondary statistics that it can possibly have. And different mods have different effects. Say you go to a different area, and these mods kind of have a different thing. The critical damage, So you also get set bonuses if you can get the correct combination of mods, and you have, some of them require 2 pieces of the set, some require 4. It just depends on what it requires, but for mods that are not maxed out, you get, the lower set bonus, which is, the 15% on this. 15% critical damage. But if you have all those mods maxed out, you get double that. You get 30% critical damage. So you could see how that would play in as well to the strategy. So there's mod battles and mod challenges, and mod challenges requires a certain type of character to even fight in it. You can see I can't even do this one yet because I need another Jawa character. So you do those, and then you go in tiers. The easiest tier, then it goes up from there. I believe it only goes up to tier 3. So those give you chances at really unique, like really rare and really powerful mods. So that's a good thing to do from time to time. It's quite expensive as far as energy to do that, so I don't do it very often. But it's definitely worth doing if you have the energy and you don't have anything else you want to use it for. You can see I just got a shard for the Stormtrooper. That was just from the little Bronzium cards that you get periodically through the day. So sometimes it can give you good stuff in there as well. Most of the time it's just junk, stuff you're not even going to use, but you know, it's worth doing because every now and then you get something useful like a shard like that. Really quickly, let me show you what the mods look like, how that's set up. So you can see here, she's got completely full. She has a complete set of mods. They're all maxed out. The number of dots above the mod tells you like how unique, how good it is, how powerful. So 1 dot is the least powerful, and then if it's completely filled with dots, which I have not seen yet, it's very powerful, very rare, very valuable. So you can see some of these lines are lit up, and they go to this little center chip there. Those mean that they are part of a set. So she has 2 sets of bonuses from that. She has one for defense and one for health. If I can get it to come up. Okay. So she has an extra 5% health from one of the set bonuses, and then she also has 5% defense as well. So those help a lot. If you can manage to get those set bonuses, it's very helpful. And it can really do some crazy stuff to your characters and make them very powerful. You could improve some of their weak points, or you could beef up some of their strengths. It's all up to you, like I said, with this strategy game. And I mean, there's a ton of strategy involved in that. It's very very easy to make each character your own the way you want them. So, and customize everything. They make it very easy on this game. Go ahead and get this guy. This is a whole nother set of things that I'll save for another video, because this is guild, the guild screen, the main guild screen. You can do raids here, which is where everybody in your guild, you know, you've got a guild of, say, 15 or 20 players that join together. Each character can go in here and fight the Rancor. You get some really nice gear and loot from defeating him, but it's quite difficult. You can see, I won't go into this too much, but you can see we're doing the 6-star version, which means that any characters under 6 stars will not be allowed to be used. So you have to have at least 6 stars, which is pretty high up. I mean, you can only do one more level higher than that. So our guild is doing some pretty high up difficult stuff. So pretty cool. I guess I'll wrap it up for now. I'll make another video later, get into the details of the guild stuff, the character customization, strategies, squads, all that stuff. But hopefully this gives you a good idea of the general layout of the game and lets you know you know, maybe whether or not you would enjoy it. But I'll give you some more gameplay in the other videos and kind of let you see that as well, so you have a better idea of that. I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, please, so I can keep making these videos and more people can be helped by them. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. And I guess I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.